Okay, here's our second video on multiplying radicals, lesson 12. The homework specifically was on the section on multiplying each of the following binomials by their conjugates. In order to understand that, you need to first understand what a conjugate is. A conjugate is an identical binomial but one has addition and one has subtraction. So a couple of these examples are like for number 25, they gave us radical 2 minus 2. And they said multiply each by its conjugate. So when I find the conjugate, it's going to be the same exact thing, radical 2, but plus 2. Now this is the same regardless of the sign of the first term. Let me see if any of these are negatives, like for number 31. For number 31, the conjugate, the plus becomes a minus. That's it. So this negative 5 doesn't change sign at all. The only thing it changes is the operation in the middle. So it's going to be negative radical 5 minus radical 3. And that would be the conjugate. So let me give you the example, which is number 25. Now if I want to multiply these two things together, I'm going to need a little bit of space to do that. So I'm going to take it to my loose leaf. Radical 2 minus 2 times radical 2 plus 2. This is a binomial, two terms, times another binomial. So what I'm going to do is I like to use the box method. I'm going to set up the box method as a 2 by 2. Radical 2 minus 2 is going to go on the top. Radical 2 minus 2. This is going to go on the side, radical 2 and plus 2. Now I need to multiply each one of these its length and width to fill in the smaller boxes. So to fill in here, the top right, you have to fill in this guy. I'm going to need to multiply negative 2 times radical 2. So when I'm multiplying these things, it's number times number, radical times radical. If you want to be a little more specific, it's not just number times number. What these numbers are typically coefficients. So it's like coefficient times coefficient. However you want to think of it. Well, this is a negative 2, and this is a radical 2. So this on top is a freed number, and this on the right is somebody who's stuck underneath a radical. They're not like, so when I multiply them, I'm just kind of rewriting them. Negative 2, radical 2. On the bottom right, negative 2 up top times positive 2 on the side is going to get me negative 4. For the top left, I'm going to get radical 2 times radical 2. It's the intersection of these two guys. So what that's going to give me is radical 4, or radical 2 squared. But either way, what's the square root of 4? It's 2. So they're equal to the same thing either way. For the bottom left, it's going to be radical 2 times positive 2. So it's going to be 2 radical 2. Now the cool part about multiplying conjugates is, if they're actually conjugates, and you haven't made any mistakes, two of these terms should cancel out. They're exactly the same thing, but one's positive and one's negative. Let me pull things out. Pull these terms out first. I've got 2 plus 2 rad 2 minus 2 rad 2 minus 4. Now, what's 2 rad 2 minus 2 rad 2? 0. They cross each other out. It's pretty convenient because it makes this problem a lot simpler. Now what do I have left? Nothing but 2 minus 4, which is negative 2. Now not every one of these is going to get that simple, but they should all end up simple, and they should all end up with no square roots. None of those. No square roots left in the final answer. So if you follow along with these steps, you should be fine. Good luck.